India in better position in its battle against COVID-19 thanks to timely government initiatives and people-driven fight, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi. New Delhi says China's claim of sovereignty over Galwan Valley in Ladakh is exaggerated and untenable. River Brahmaputra and its tributaries are in full spate. Over 700 villages go under floodwaters, affecting more than 2.5 lakh people. President Ramnath Kovind promulgates Banking Regulation Amendment Ordinance 2020 to ensure safety of depositors. Nagaland government notifies implementation of PM-SVA Nidhi in state with immediate effect, assisting street vendors in urban areas. Good evening viewers, welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ashutosh Sharma, now with the details. In national news first, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that powered by the Corona warriors, India is firmly fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Addressing an event through video conferencing to mark the special occasion of the 90th birthday of most revered Dr. Joseph Mar Thoma Metropolitan, Modi said that earlier this year some people had predicted that impact of the virus in India would be very severe. He said that due to lockdown, many initiatives taken by the government and a people-driven fight, India is much better placed than many other nations. Modi said India's recovery rate is rising. A people-driven fight has given good results so far, but the country cannot let its guard down. The Prime Minister said people have to be even more careful now. Wearing masks, social distancing, 2 gaz ki duri, avoiding crowded places are still important, he said.
People-friendly and growth-friendly decisions have been taken. The call for Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, will ensure economic strength and prosperity for every Indian.
On the other hand, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. tomorrow. It will be the 66th episode of the monthly radio program. It will be broadcast on the entire network of All India Radio and Doordarshan. It will also be streamed live on the YouTube channels of AIR, DD News, PMO and Information and Broadcasting Ministry. All India Radio and Doordarshan will broadcast the program in regional languages immediately after the Hindi broadcast. In more national news, India has warned China that trying to alter the status quo on the ground by resorting to force will damage the peace that exists in the border areas. In an interview to a news agency, India's ambassador to China, Vikram Mishri, said Chinese attempts to alter status quo can also have ripples and repercussions in the broader bilateral relationship. He said actions taken by the Chinese force on the ground have damaged considerable trust in the bilateral relationship and demanded that Beijing stop its activities in eastern Ladakh. It is entirely the responsibility of the Chinese side to take a careful view of the relations and to decide which direction the ties should move. He also rubbished China's claims of sovereignty over Galwan Valley in Ladakh as completely untenable and asserted that these exaggerated claims are not going to help the situation. Moving on to the northeast now, in Assam, the mighty Brahmaputra and its tributaries are in full spate following incessant rains in catchment areas since last several days. The river is flowing above the danger level from Nimati in Jorhat district to Dhubri. Over 260,000 people in 15 districts have been affected in the second wave of floods in the state. According to official reports, in Guwahati, floods have affected altogether 769 villages in 40 revenue circles. Over 25,500 hectares of standing crop area have been damaged. More than 19,300 people are taking shelter in 90 relief camps set up by district authorities. Around 50% of the world-famous Kaziranga National Park is under floodwaters. Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal has reviewed the situation with district authorities through video conferencing. So far, 16 persons have lost their lives due to the floods. In Arunachal Pradesh, following incessant rains, water levels in several rivers including Lohit and Siang have reported a rise and submerged several low-lying areas. People in affected areas have been shifted to safer areas. In East Siang district, the rising waters of the Siang River have affected the drainage system in Pasighat town. Pasighat MLA Kaling Moyong and Smart City CEO Sukhbinder Singh visited the flood-hit areas and reviewed the situation there. In Assam, Health Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has tweeted that with 273 active cases newly reported, the total number of corona-infected patients now stands at 6,919. On the other hand, Arunachal Pradesh has now total 172 confirmed COVID-19 cases, Manipur has 1,075, Mizoram 145, Nagaland has 371, Tripura has 1,375, Sikkim has 86 and Meghalaya has 47 confirmed cases. The Union government today said a total of 2,95,881 people affected with coronavirus have recovered in the country. During the past 24 hours, 10,244 people have been cured from COVID-19 and the recovery rate reached to 58.13%. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 1,97,387. Health and Family Welfare Ministry said a total of 18,552 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 5,88,953. This is the highest spike in fresh cases since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic in India. 384 deaths have been reported in a single day, taking the nationwide toll to 15,685. Across the globe, the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases have exceeded 99 lakhs with more than 4,97,543 fatalities according to data compiled by Johns Hopkins University across the world. The United States continues to remain the worst hit with 25,53,686 cases and 1,27,649 deaths, followed by Brazil 12,80,054 cases and over 56,000 deaths. Russia reported 6,27,646 cases and nearing 9,000 deaths. Other countries with over 2 lakh cases include Britain, Spain, Peru, Italy and Chile. The 17th meeting of the high-level group of Union Ministers GOM was held in New Delhi today to review, monitor and evaluate the evolving situation due to COVID-19. The meeting was chaired by the Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harshvardhan through video conferencing. Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, Civil Aviation Minister Hardeep Puri and Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare Ashwini Kumar Chaubey attended the meeting. The GOM was briefed on the present status of COVID-19 cases in the country along with recovery and mortality rates, doubling rate, testing mechanism and healthcare infrastructure. The Health Minister said that more than 3 lakh people have recovered from the coronavirus. He said the country is fighting against COVID-19 better than any country in the world.
कोविड से भारत में मरीज प्रभावित हुए हैं, इसमें से लगभग 3 लाख मरीज ठीक होकर घर वापस चले गए हैं. और
in Arunachal Pradesh, Governor Brigadier Retired Dr. B.D. Mishra today reviewed the public health, engineering, water supply and sanitation in the state at Raj Bhavan, Itanagar. PHED Minister Wangki Lowang along with chief engineers of the departments were present at the meeting. They discussed water conservation, rainwater harvesting, potable water supply, sanitation and reuse of treated grey water. The governor said every drop of water must be conserved. He urged upon the officers of the Public Health Engineering Department to rise to the occasion and explore ways and means to encourage and motivate the people to harvest rainwater. The governor also asked the engineers to explore ways to mitigate water shortage during the dry season. President Ramnath Kovind has promulgated the Banking Regulation Amendment Ordinance 2020 in pursuance of the commitment to ensure safety of depositors across banks. The ordinance amends the Banking Regulation Act 1949 as applicable to cooperative banks. It seeks to protect the interests of depositors and strengthen cooperative banks by improving governance and oversight by extending powers already available with the RBI in respect of other banks to cooperative banks. The amendments do not affect existing powers of the state registrars of cooperative societies under cooperative laws. The amendments do not apply to primary agricultural credit societies or cooperative societies whose primary objective and principal business is long-term finance for agricultural development. In Meghalaya, Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong has informed that the State Chief Secretary is working with the Urban Affairs Department to identify a place for the street hawkers to resume their daily business. Talking to reporters in Shillong, Tinsong said that the government's priority at the moment is to reduce congestion as part of its efforts to contain the COVID-19 pandemic and ensure the safety of the people. He said the government cannot allow the hawkers to run their small businesses on the roadside. The Nagaland government has notified the implementation of PM Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi (PM-SVA) Nidhi in the state with immediate effect till March 2022. PM-SVA Nidhi is special microcredit facility for street vendors in urban areas including surrounding peri-urban and rural areas vending in the geographical limits of the urban local bodies in the state. The scheme is for all street vendors engaged in vending in urban areas as on or before the 24th of March 2020. The street vendors will be eligible to avail of a collateral-free working capital loan up to 10,000 rupees repayable in monthly installments in 1 year. In Mizoram, the state government has announced relaxation to the 7th phase lockdown in view of the decline in the number of COVID-19 positive cases. The relaxation will be effective till the 30th of this month, except on Sundays, which will come under curfew. The relaxation is for the functioning of business and public transport in containment areas, which comprised Aizawl municipal areas and district headquarters. This brief was issued on Friday by the Chief Secretary, who is the chairman of the Executive Committee of the State Disaster Management Authority. Shops and commercial enterprises will be allowed to open on alternative days, while public transport, city buses and maxi cabs will ply on odd-even mechanism. In Nagaland, the Excise Department seized contraband drugs worth 66,72,000 rupees during June 2019 to June 2020. Deputy Commissioner of Excise Narcotics Cell S. Chanlei Ang said the seizure includes over 8,000 bottles of cough syrup, 240 kgs of ganja, over 10,000 spasmoproxivon capsules, nitrosin tablets, heroin, morphine and other 3,000 kgs of poppy straw. The Deputy Commissioner of Excise was speaking during the observation of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking on Friday. To end the news, the headlines once again. India in better position in its battle against COVID-19 thanks to timely government initiatives and people-driven fight, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi. New Delhi says China's claim of sovereignty over Galwan Valley in Ladakh is exaggerated and untenable. River Brahmaputra and its tributaries are in full spate. Over 700 villages go under floodwaters, affecting more than 2.5 lakh people. President Ramnath Kovind promulgates Banking Regulation Amendment Ordinance 2020 to ensure safety of depositors. And Nagaland government notifies implementation of PM-SVA Nidhi in state with immediate effect, assisting street vendors in urban areas. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.